How's it going, everyone? The Trout91 here for a special Black Ops 2 gameplay. This is actually on the PC version. Recently, I decided to buy the PC version because when I played Black Ops 1 on the console, I wasn't a huge fan of it for a long time. Then I bought it on the PC and I was like, wow, it's like playing a completely different game. It's amazing how good the connection is just because of those simple dedicated servers. And I decided to buy a double dosing of the AIDS and buy this on the PC, but what I found was probably the most orgasmically perfect game I've ever touched in my life. The connections, the hit detection are so crisp and pure that it's actually a joke, and I really don't ever want to go back to playing on the console. Obviously I will do, but I just love playing on the PC, and this is a special gameplay because I go absolutely Rambo mode. I get a final score of 92-0 with 5 captures and 19 defends in this gameplay, and this is Ground War Domination. It was an absolute Rambo mode game. The other team, I'm not going to pretend they were good players because they weren't anything special. They were pretty poor. I mean, that's how you get these amazing gameplays. You got to be playing against pretty bad players, but my kill streaks do a lot of the work, and I could have probably made it over the 100 mark, but I forgot that load stars do not stack. So I think I got 2 in the second half of the game that I had stacked up. There's my first one. I don't use it, and then I think I get another one before the halftime break, and then I go and try and use them, and it turns out that they don't actually stack, and I lost them. So it could have been an even dirtier gameplay had that panned out. So, what am I going to talk about in this game? I suppose there's only really one thing to say, and that's how on earth have I managed to go 92-0. And I think the most important tip I can give you, obviously, is wait for that special lobby where people are just not really that intelligent. Because I don't want to make it seem like I'm this amazing player who can't be touched, even though this is a pretty damn flawless gameplay. And people say you should avoid capping flags, or you should avoid the objective, avoid going to the B flag when you want to hit those high scoring gameplays. But I don't agree with that at all. I think if you want to hit those high score gameplays, it might not necessarily mean you have the greatest KD, but KD, you know, is such a fickle and such a... It's not really a stat that is a big deal. It's more about the wins to losses that really bother me. Like, KD is something that I like to know about if I'm doing well, because it tells me if I'm letting the team down or not. Obviously, if you're not doing very well with your kills to death, you're clearly not going to be helping your team. But if you're capping a lot of flags, you may well be helping your team, especially with how the score streaks are panned out in this game. You can get a lot of different streaks and help the team out just by capping flags and getting those scores and assists and all that kind of jazz. So my kill streak chain this game was the UAV, the stealth chopper, and low star, and I found that to be a very effective combination for hitting those high kill streaks, because the UAV, obviously it gives you visual on everyone. If I had it unlocked at this level, I would have probably switched for counter UAV, because a lot of other people do in fact have the UAV unlocked, because it doesn't take much. There's no support kill streaks in this game, obviously, like in Modern Warfare 3, so if you die, your whole chain gets reset, so you can't hit those bigger kill streaks if you do in fact die or you're not very good. A lot of people tend to put UAV on, so it's a very common kill streak, which is why I would possibly switch it out for the counter UAV, because no one runs counter UAV. Either they're too busy ranking up or they just don't see it much use, but I find it to be very useful, especially if Ghost isn't unlocked until the very final level. But you have it on, you do get a hell of a lot of UAV assists, especially if you're playing in Ground War where there's kills galore always going on, especially in a domination type gameplay. So you're going to work yourself up to that stealth chopper, which is essentially an 11 kill streak. You think about all the assists you're going to get, you just see the points racking up on my screen right now. So it's going to be more like a 7 or 8 kill streak if your team's good enough to get the kills and help you get those UAV assists. Then the stealth chopper, it is actually a very underrated kill streak. It does go very ham in this game. You'll see my stealth chopper do some amazing work in getting kills, and that pretty much alone, plus some gun skill, puts me up to my load star, and I think I must have got 4 or 5 load stars in this game. Which, if anyone doesn't know what it is and you haven't had the privilege of looking it up or unlocking it yourself, it is essentially the Grim Reaper from Modern Warfare 3, but I feel like it's a lot better because it lasts longer, and you pretty much get unlimited shots. So it's very good, and you really do want to place yourself around the objectives, simply because if you get a kill on the objective, you get some crazy amount of points. You get like 150, 200 points just for getting a kill on the objective, as opposed to the 100 points you'd get for a standard kill. So I've actually got 2 load stars. One of them won't be usable because they don't stack, which is a little bit of a pain. If I had known that, I would have used it, probably broken the 100 kill mark, but either way. I like to place myself around the B flag on this map, especially in the what's it called? The dubstep room. Yeah, because you can easily spot people. It's a very easy place to lock down. There's only one entrance they can come through into that room. If your team has one side of the flag, they're not going to come from behind. You can easily put yourself in that room. There's a nice pillar in the middle of the room to stay behind it so you can watch B. It's also very easy if they do somehow cap it to cap from inside that building and take it back, so you'll get yourselves 200 more points just from capping that flag, which is kind of what I did. Rinse and repeat, killing people, keeping them off the thing. I actually get another load star there, but it doesn't count for some reason, which is a little bit irritating. And my load star is just going to go ham. It's going to work me back up pretty much to my stealth chopper, I think, or my spy plane or something like that. In the second half, I thought, because I had like 2 load stars stacked up, all I'd have to do is stick on a sniper class, sit up in that area, pull out the load stars, and just go absolutely ham and a bit apeshit on their asses. And I thought, simply because my load star is in fact in the air, that my whole team would be smart enough to cap B, because a lot of people underestimate the fact that when you are playing the Slayer role, that you're not actually playing the objective, which is totally untrue, because if you're getting those huge low star kill streaks and stealth choppers and UAVs and all that kind of jazz, you're essentially just locking them in the spawn like I did. I'm practically killing them before they can even get a chance to do anything. There's a fail. I'm not 100% up to par with my PC gameplay so far, so I occasionally press the wrong buttons, because I have 3 assigned to kill streak and 4 assigned to flashbangs, I think. But anyway, if you're playing a Slayer on, you've got those big kill streaks that decimate anything in its path. It's really not very hard for your teammates just to think, oh, well, there's a free flag here, no one seems to be around, let's just jump on it. And a couple of people, you know, you can't always guarantee they're going to do it. You're going to have a little faith at times for your teammates to go in and actually do something. But that's all you can hope for, is hope you've got a decent team or some semi-intelligent players. Do your best to try and get those kill streaks up and keep them off the flag, so they will in fact cap the flag if you do care about your win-loss, which all of you should do, by the way. Your win-loss is very important. Your KD not so much. It's about the wins, the losses. Because you could essentially have a whole team go negative, but still kind of pull out an amazing win and lock them in just by getting those score streaks. And I think that's a really interesting way of doing it. I think that's what has kind of ruined previous Call of Duties. It's all been about the kills. It's not been about how you play. And every year it seems they're closer and closer and closer to getting to that point where your gameplay and what you're doing for the team is just as important as slaying, which I think is great. And I think this year they finally got it down. Maybe there's room for improvement, I don't know. It's early doors. The game's only been out a week, so I haven't had much thought into it, and even now I'm trying to think of some things, but it's obviously not going to come through. But I'm trying to think of some things. It's not going to happen, but we're just going to move on and talk about how we get the stealth chopper there. I'm locking down this room again, and it seems almost like I'm camping in a way, and if you really want to be that crude and, you know, a bit like rude about it all, fine, I'm camping. But I'm literally just locking down this entire area by myself, hoping my team will push up, cap some flags. I get flashed there, I don't panic, manage to get that kill, and we have ourselves yet another load star. And I realized at this point that they don't stack, so I thought I'll go put one on. Find myself a nice little spot to hide in, away from all the action where they might not find me, and get in that low star and continue to spawn lock them. Unfortunately, I think my team push in far too much into their spawn. A lot of them die at the same time, which means they've got a load of room to push out, which can be a little bit worrying, especially for myself, because I'm not in a fantastic spot. Bit of a troublesome spot. You would have thought they'd go straight for B at this point instead of running all the way to our C flag, but that isn't how it pans out. No one's in fact in the dubstep room. They're all kind of sitting around the middle of the map, and they actually start to cap our flag. And quite a few of them actually run straight past me because of where I was positioned. I don't think many of them were getting UAVs in this game, which is a shame for them, because if they had one, they would have seen me. But I just pretty much destroyed them so much, and we had them spawn locked so much that they just could not get anything out of the way. So the game's coming to a close. There's some tips if you want to hit those high-scoring gameplays. It's not necessarily about not dying. You're gonna find yourself dying at times. I got very lucky that I didn't die in this gameplay, but if you want to hit the high scores, if you want those big kill streaks, you're gonna have to do some objective gameplay and kind of play at a whole new level that you might not even know exists. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, please leave a like rating, and I will see you later. Peace out.